They call it the dry season, when the southeast trade wind begins to blow and 1,000 surf spots come to life. Surfers from around the world arrive with the wind, hoping to ride some of the world's best waves.
I never seen it like this before. It's been a roller coaster.
Every wave was sick.
So when we see the dry season switch, we see the monsoon trough moves north out of the Indonesian island chain. At the same time, that allows the southeasterly winds, the southeasterly trades, to become established. And then we also see winter starting to kick off in the Southern Ocean and the Southern Indian Ocean. And that means increased storm activity, it means more surf and more swell pouring into the islands.
Some years start slow. This one wakes up fast.
I mean, it was kind of honestly a swell run. Like, there was like 4 back-to-back swells. May to middle of June, there was just like so many swells. And I was in Australia before I came here and I saw it coming and I was just like, kind of have to go to Indonesia. Once I got here, honestly, it seemed like everywhere lit up. No matter where you were, the Mints, Sumbawa, Java, you kind of couldn't not score that swell.
These are the kind of waves you remember all season. One spot really has a moment.
Deserts amazing. Look, I definitely fell in love with the wave and just how long and perfect and hollow it is, and kind of just any goofy footer's dream wave, really. Obviously, depends on the crowd situation that you get it. The crowds there are definitely pretty brutal and can definitely deter you and make you not love the place, but as long as you go out with not a lot of expectation, it goes typically pretty good. Because you could get like a bunch of little 1-foot barrels and then maybe get lucky and get a really good set. We're kind of thinking it was going to be really crowded, but I think so many people thought it was going to be too big and the tide wasn't going to handle it, so they all left. And yeah, we just got really lucky and surfed basically like pumping deserts with only a few, like 30 people, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, that's for how many waves were coming through. It was really mellow, and the crowd was narrowed down throughout the day, and it was just what you would really hope for. And
Deserts isn't the only place. Up and down the chain, people are scoring. Every season has a pattern. Some years it can be hard to see. After a crazy June, the Indian Ocean storm track goes flat.
During July, we saw something quite anomalous happening in the stratosphere. We saw it warming there. It wasn't quite sudden stratospheric warming, which has actually only happened about once before, but it was very close to it. When this happens, the polar vortex weakens, that transfers to the surface, we see higher pressure build over Antarctica, that pushes the storm track further north through the Southern Ocean and actually into the Indian Ocean as well. So we saw more storms further north and therefore bigger swells and more frequent swells hitting the Indonesian island chain throughout all of August.
Imagine living here. Well, here's a father and son team who do just that.
My most memorable session was at Kanduri. It was pretty big, it was like 8 to 10 foot. I got like 2 waves, pretty scared, but stoked on it.
I've been here for almost 20 years, just months shy of 20 years. I've never seen anybody get a session like that. Make so many deep, critical barrels. That guy, he blew my mind. That was sick. And hats off to Rothman as well. He got a couple sick ones. He's usually the man out there to beat, but Mamiya, he was the man that day. And up and down, it's either been like really good or really bad. It's just been a roller coaster. Right now it's really good.
In September, Bali is on the brink of a moment. Padang is hosting some of the island's best. But for the first time all season, the trade winds slack off.
This season went too fast, you know, it's already almost the end of the dry season. The wind been kind of funky last couple weeks, and yeah, just, you know, you can believe almost like Christmas coming already, and the wave been okay, a couple big day, but yeah, pretty much like just a quick dry season. Very surprised.
In a lifetime surfing here, Rizal has seen it all.
Bali, it is a city now. It's a big city, like almost like it's not going up but going wide, you know, because they have rules in Bali. They can go over the palm trees. So the problem, what we have now, all the land overbuilt and the rice paddy is all gone. So pretty sad to see. But the spirit's still here, you know. You can see like wherever you go, you can feel the energy is still here because the Balinese people, they pray a lot, and it's only one Bali in the world. And the beauty of these islands, you know, what makes people want to move here. When you arrive from the airport, you can smell of the incense, of the aroma, the energy, you know, give me goosebumps just talk about that. You know, you don't have that energy anywhere in the world. Back in the day, nobody want to buy land here in Uluwatu. You know, if people give you land, you sometimes think twice, like, why want to have land in Uluwatu? But now it's opposite. Like, things change. You know, like people in Kuta very suffer with tourism. It's dead, never coming back since the COVID. But Uluwatu area become like very booming, and everyone want to move here in Uluwatu. Buying land, open a business, overbuilt, and it's definitely changed a lot, you know, since I was a kid. But what I think is, we are as surfers, we need to stay together as well as surfers and protect our, you know, a beach, because I believe the ocean is, you know, the beach is our home. So yeah, quick season, like some big days, but the wind was on shore, like just not like usual, like, you know, like September onshore, September, like, you know, and some rain. So, but yeah, now like it looked like October gonna be going off again. So it's weird season. So I never see like this before, kind of like off and on, kind of, you know, it's confusing season, kind of.
Maybe it's all over for the season. Maybe not. The trade wind blows again, all the way up the chain. and right then, one of the best swells of the year.
Something different happened in October. Instead of winding down, the Indonesian wound up in a big way. We saw a big anomalous storm move far, far further north than we'd normally see, and it just kicked off a massive swell into the Indonesian island chain. And it wasn't the end of it as well. It wasn't just a one-off. The whole of October continued to see these storms push north and just fire swell into Indonesia. At the same time, the trades kind of hung on as well. So we saw a really sort of out of the blue October, something we wouldn't normally expect to see.
This is why we come here for the dry season. Sierra Kerr and her dad Josh have been doing it for years.
Indo teaches a surfer probably just like respect the ocean, but also how to learn how to manage it and overcome your fears on it. We had one session at Bank Vaults that was like super cooking. Just me, my dad, Bella Kenworthy, and Sawyer out pretty much. And yeah, it was so fun. Just every wave was sick. When you go to Indo, I feel like you step up like a level like every time, where if you're like in Oz or you're in Cali, it feels like sometimes you're just doing the same stuff over and over again. But when you're in Indo, you're just like trying so many different spots, trying different things, and yeah, you just progress heaps, I reckon.
Right now, the trades are beginning to slack off for real. The rainy season is not far off. For the lucky people who live in these islands, there's months of secret waves ahead. For the rest of us, the trade winds will be back.